Hey, this is future Madeline. It's been about a week since I filmed most of this video, but I just wanted to let you know that at the end of the video I kind of share how I'm feeling after making all the changes I kind of talk about this week, and spoiler, it's good. So I hope you get some good ideas from this video. Creeping in the background. I also apologize that the audio in this video is really quiet. I was filming on my phone and my neighbors were working outside, and so I felt really nervous, so I was talking really quietly. And yeah, you'll hear me say it later, but I looked like I just rolled out of bed, which was the case. So just being honest, that's how I look when I wake up in the morning. But I'm not really afraid of showing you that. Good morning. I know this is kind of a weird angle, but I don't have my camera, and so I'm balancing my phone on my laptop right now. It's also October 6th, and so you're probably thinking, oh, cozy, sitting outside in a sweatshirt. But no, it's 80 degrees, and I'm wearing this so I don't get eaten by mosquitoes. It's been a while. Where I last left off, I was dealing with some health things, and everything seemed to just kind of fall apart all at once. And shortly after that, Charlie and I actually got engaged, which is so wonderful, but I've kind of been in full-fledged wedding planning mode since then. And on top of that, I've had a very busy and stressful season, you could say, at work. Also, about a month ago, I did record a video of kind of an update and some different things for you guys, as well as 2 other videos, but then my hard drive died. It's almost a little bit comical, but here I am, trying again. Like I said, work has been pretty stressful, and planning a wedding is quite stressful, but luckily things are starting to slow down a bit. But unfortunately, the stress has kind of stuck around without reason, and as a result of everything, I've been eating a bit less healthy, I've been emotionally overeating, and I've kind of got myself on a coffee kick again. I know that if things continue this way, I'll end up where I left off last time, with inflammation flaring up in various ways in my body. So it stops here. I'm going to make some adjustments to my diet and lifestyle to shift back to a routine and a way of doing things that makes me feel my best and aligns with my goals and my true inner voice of how I would like to be living my life and feeling. So first things first, I'm starting my morning off with a Four Sigmatic coffee, and no, this is not sponsored, but the day they sponsor me will be the best day of my life because I've loved them for years, but like I said, I kind of just sometimes fall into a habit of drinking normal coffee, and that, as much as I would like to not believe it, just doesn't work that well with me. I can't remember if I've talked about Four Sigmatic in videos I've actually posted or just the ones that got deleted. So if you haven't heard of them, they blend regular coffee with medicinal mushrooms, which offers a plethora of different benefits, but my favorite being that, the mushrooms counteract the acidity of coffee, which prevents shakiness and makes it less inflammatory. Now, I know coffee is said to have anti-inflammatory properties, but I've noticed when I drink it, my psoriasis and other inflammatory problems really tend to flare up. One of the videos I actually had planned and filmed previously is a coffee alternatives video, and I'm really excited about that one, so I will re-film that and share it hopefully very soon. Really, the main thing I'm working on shifting is eating more whole plant-based foods. Recently, I feel like I've been eating a lot of processed foods like oil, sugar, and refined flour, for sure. My digestion and bowel movements have not been as consistent. My sleep has not been as consistent or as good quality. I've been waking up in the middle of the night a lot. So I guess related to the digestion, I'm focusing on getting a more wide variety of fiber sources, particularly whole grains, which I have not been doing a good job incorporating into my diet recently. I've been hearing a lot lately about how important fiber is to gut health, and gut health is so crucial to reducing inflammation, mental health, and so much more. It's all linked. And as always, one of my other goals is to pack in more vegetables. So I've planned out my meals for the week, and I thought I would just share those with you for some inspiration and also compare what I'm planning to eat with how I have been eating the past little while. So for breakfast, I usually have a smoothie, which is totally fine, it's great, but I honestly make our smoothies pretty sweet and it lacks the whole grain factor. So I'm going with oatmeal this week to boost my fiber first thing in the morning, and I'll have it with some berries and almond butter. We've been out of almond butter for a while, so I've been relying heavily on peanut butter, but peanuts are an inflammatory food and almonds are an anti-inflammatory food. So I finally picked up some of that. For lunches, I honestly get so bored of eating the same thing over and over again, like even 3 days in a row, which sucks because I'd love to find something that I can count on week after week and not have to think about and weigh if it meets all my nutritional goals and tastes good and works as a good take to work lunch and doesn't get tiring after a few days. Last week, I made quesadillas with flour tortillas, refried beans, which that was the positive of my lunch, I suppose, and vegan cheese. So not really a nutritional high point for me, but it is what it is. I've taken note recently that I feel so good when I eat a meal that is heavily focused on vegetables, mostly tender leafy greens, as well as some cooked vegetables, a clean plant protein source like tempeh, and a little bit of healthy fat, whether that be in the sauce or avocado or a combination of that, nuts and seeds. So for lunches this week, I'm going to make myself a large salad with spring greens, baked tempeh, maybe some roasted beets, almonds, dried cranberries, and I'm taking a homemade salad dressing to work to just leave there to add every day, which will probably have flax oil, mustard, and maybe like a touch of maple syrup for kind of a honey mustard taste. So then I thought I would give you a little review of the dinners I have planned for this week to hopefully give you some inspiration. The first one is bean and corn stuffed poblano peppers with Reno sauce and roasted potatoes, which I'm so excited about because one of my favorite things my dad used to make was like a green chili with potatoes, and maybe he put hominy or corn in there. Really good, and this kind of reminds me of it. And then I'm going to make roasted butternut squash and Brussels sprouts with gluten-free pasta, and I'll use the second half of the roasted butternut squash to make a Thai curry. Roasted butternut squash is one of my favorite things to put in Thai curry, which seems strange. I don't know how traditional that is, but it tastes amazing. So I highly recommend that. Then let's see what else. I have some notes written here. I'm gonna make a cashew chicken stir fry with a bunch of veggies and brown rice, and then I'll make a Vietnamese rice noodle dish with baked tofu and probably raw veggies like cucumber and carrots. What else? Oh, and then I'm going to try making sesame tofu with broccoli and brown rice. So I think that's going to be really delicious. I'm so excited for every single one of these meals. Let me know if you want any more information on those meals. I could create individual videos on making them, or I could do kind of like a grocery haul video, so let me know what you want to see. So aside from food, I'm really trying to overcome this chronic stress I've been feeling by implementing and re-implementing some practices. First, I have gotten back into the swing of going to the gym, which does make me feel really good. However, I do want to start planning out my workouts ahead of time and kind of assigning days of the week to them just to hold me more accountable, so that I have a little bit more rhythm and routine going in that area of my life. Second, I'm going to make an effort to take my lunch outside for a few minutes at work every day, instead of just working straight through lunch like I normally do. It's finally feeling a little bit better outside. Like I said, 80 degrees in October. It's ridiculous, but at least it's not 90 or 100. So it feels pretty good. As well as taking periodic little short walks around the parking lot, just to get some fresh air and take a break from looking at the computer all day long. I'm also going to try to spend some time each night right before bed writing and practicing gratitude, because that has really, really helped me in the past clear my mind, achieve a more calm state, especially before bed. I think it really improves my sleep. Overall it just really improves my mental state and well-being. And just doing that one little thing, even just for 15 minutes before bed, I think really drastically reduces stress and just gives me a more positive outlook on life, which unfortunately I've been kind of struggling to get myself out of recently, when really it just comes down to a couple small practices each day that are easy and can make a really big difference. Oh, and week after week I always say I'm gonna go to bed earlier, and it's always just as late, if not later. So I'm really going to make an effort to go to bed earlier, because I know that will affect so many parts of my life. I know this was a lot of information, but I get really inspired and excited about this kind of reset phase. I just have not been feeling great lately, and that needs to change. We all deserve to feel healthy and happy, and a lot of times life just kind of pushes us off track, which can make us spiral, but we just have to take back control and be responsible for our own health and happiness, because no one else is going to do that for us, I've realized. it's so much easier said than done, of course, and I've been working on this for years, and I still end up in the same spot of being stressed and inflamed and not feeling very happy when there's plenty of wonderful things happening around me and in my life. But I think each time I do get better and better at noticing when that's happening and getting back on track. Okay, so it's a week later and I'm just editing this video and wanted to give you a little update on how things went. I'm feeling so much better than I was a week ago. My digestion is totally back to normal. Bowel movements are back to normal. And I'm no longer waking up in the middle of the night. I'm sleeping really soundly. So feeling really good with all of that. And I powered through almost an entire container of greens this week. So I'm really proud of myself because that's always been a goal, and I usually just kind of forget about my greens in the fridge and then they wilt, and then I throw them away. So I've noticed that I do not feel good if I eat a salad with greens that have a high water content like romaine, but these like tender leafy greens digest super well and really help my digestion. And I was really surprised that my salads kept me full through the entire afternoon every day. So that was really awesome. And yeah, again, I think starting my day with fiber and having like a huge fibrous lunch was super beneficial this week. And another thing I kind of forgot to mention when I was explaining what I was going to do this week was that I really paid attention to how much I ate in the evenings because, like I said, I do tend to emotionally overeat. So I just tried to scale it back a little bit and eat until I was comfortable. And something I did that really helped me was actually to track my calories this week, which, I don't know, can be beneficial to some people and also be a bad thing for a lot of people. But for me, it just helped me be more aware of how much I had already eaten during the day and how much was like appropriate for me to eat in the evening. And because of that, I went to bed feeling much lighter every night, which I think is probably why I was sleeping better and my body was able to actually digest throughout the night and, you know, kind of start fresh the next day. So yeah, overall feeling so much better. So I hope you found this video helpful in some way. Stay tuned for updates as well as some videos I have coming soon about staying healthy as the seasons change and the coffee alternatives video. I hope you're all doing really well, and I really appreciate and love seeing any comments you leave. So please feel free to do so and let me know what you'd like to see soon. I'm hoping to kind of get back into the rhythm of YouTube. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh my gosh. Oh.